Hello and welcome to our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So today I'm going to bring you this pop-up floral lace Mother's Day card. So I'm just going to open it up, and that is the beauty that I'm making. And I'm going to show you how I put it together. It came together really nicely. So I saw this on Facebook. And I think Louise Beauregard, I think that's her name. I watched her video on how to assemble it. And so yeah, I'm going to be taking you to um Design Space. It turned out really fabulously, and I think the best thing I like about that is the pop-up feature with the Mother's Day and that gold. So this is a fun project if you have a lot of different packs of paper that are coordinating. So this gave me an opportunity to use some of those coordinating paper packs that I purchased from my local craft store. So yeah, I'm going to take you to Design Space and show you what it looks like. So here we are in Design Space. So Cricut Design Space, and this is the inspiration. Of the card, this let's see if I can. Let's see if there's another. Okay, try to get my mouse. I'm always struggling with the mouse. There we go. Yeah. I'm not going to use this one, but this is what the card looks like because I already have one in my stuff. If it's a matter of fact, I think I have one already on my canvas. So let's go to my canvas. Yeah, there it is. So I think Louise Beauregard is, and I'll have a link to her video on the assemble video as well, so you can just see what I use as my inspiration. But there's several pieces. So this is the inside of the card. There's the card base. I think I have it grouped. Let me ungroup it. Yeah, see whatever I pick up first, if it'll ungroup. Okay, yeah, here's the card base. And these are the panels that go on the top of the card, like that purple one goes down. Whoop, that's the lacy part. That goes here. I think it's to the back, so let me bring it to the front. Front. So yeah, and then this one should go to the front too. Bring the front. So that's how that's gonna look. And then this area, so these letters cut out individually. I'm gonna right click on my mouse and front, and they just affixed a top there, and so does this one. That goes here. So I didn't have to do a lot of and everybody's to the front. I didn't have to do a lot of designing. Whoops. Because it was already done. The To customize this and to make it your own is, your paper choices. Um, and I had 3 sentiments for Mother's Day that I selected. And these items go on the front. That's your big lace. So yeah, it's just all personal preference. So I'm going to show you how I cut them out. And then once it finishes cutting, I'll bring you back to my mat and we'll go through the assembly. Oh yeah, this. Uh, let's need to remember how to do this. Okay, I'm going to click on make it so you can kind of see how many mats you're looking at. Sorry, got a little excited because yeah, I just want to get to the assembly part because it's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of pieces. The paper piecing project. Got my crickets on. Okay, I just had to turn my head. It's on. There we go. So we're looking at depending now, because I was using 8.5 by 11. I had to change every mat. Um, but that's because that's the coordinating paper pack that I had. You might use something different. Um, and For the sentiment, I forgot to mention, I just grabbed the sentiment off the internet. Oh, that's interesting. So for this mat, I used my Cricut pen, and the reason I wanted to show you this is because there's no pen here. So all of this is basic cut. So let's cancel and let's go back to those sentiments and show you how to fix that. So for this one, I need to go to operations, select pen, and hopefully, yep, and it's attached. So for the same thing here, I need to go to this other sentiment, click on operations, and change that to pen. And then I think this should be writing. Yep, there we go. Okay, I don't know what happened. That's just bizarre. Hmm, like everything disappeared. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Let's undo it and see what happens. Design Space has been acting weird. Let me pause and I will be back because I don't know what happened to my file. Okay, I figured it out. Sorry about that, folks. So let me click on the sentiment again and make sure everything is going. Okay, so that says pin. That still says basic cut, so I have to select up. Wait, hold on. I selected the whole thing. There we go. Here. There we go. So it says regular, so I need to change the style to writing. And there we go. And then hopefully the last sentiment. And I wasn't sure, and the reason I have 3 sentiments is because I just wasn't quite sure what writing. And this one's bothering me. It says pen. We will so yeah, let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can read the sentiments. So I have one that says, um, "Oh, thank you for being someone I can always look up to. Enjoy your special day." And the second one is, "Mom, you are always in my heart. Happy Mother's Day." And then let me bring over the third. Um, the loveliest masterpiece of the heart of God is the heart of a mother. Oh, those were I couldn't decide, so I like them all. So let me go back to make it. I think those would be nice sentiments. And like I said, I just pulled them off the internet and just copied them into Notepad and then copied them into Design Space. So I didn't have to type out anything and just copied. Okay, yes, now we have some pen action. So now you can see we have pen and then basic cut, and that's what you need to see. Because if not, it's going to try to cut out those letters, and it's not going to be any fun. So it's about a total of 9 mats. If each of your mats are 12 by 12 cardstock, but mine was 8.5 by 11, so I made it about 17 mats, which is quite a lot. But I just cut and kept cutting, and I was making 2, so that was the difference too. I was making 2 of these as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring you to where I'm cutting it out, and then I'll meet you on the other side for assembly. Enjoy. So we're back for the assembly portion. So let me give you just a brief reminder of what we're putting together. And so I'm going to move that to the side. I have this, since I did two. Now I'm just going to say, I think it's the paper. I've cut this out and it didn't cut clean. And I've cut it out like, this is my fourth attempt on intricate cardstock, default setting. For whatever reason, it's this paper. It does not like this paper, but that's either here nor there. So there's a score line here. There's a score line here, and then there's a score line here. So the first score line I'm going to fold is towards me. So this one goes towards me at the top of the happy. Bring out my, get a little bit more crisp fold. Then the top gets folded in as well this way, if you can see it. There we go. Then I fold it. It's like a mountain fold. So we'll do it that way. So now your happy is like this. And then the bottom gets folded this way. And I think I did it right from memory. Oh, let me just make sure. Whoops. Nope. Bottom in like this. Apologies. And then there's a score right here too. This should score if I do it right. There we go. It should go like this. So there's a score mark here. Just be very careful because that's delicate. There's a score mark here. And then this is how it's, so that's the first thing you want to do. I'm gonna lay that flat. See? All right, and then we're gonna affix the letters. So I'm just gonna lay them out. So this is the day. I got a jumble of stuff over here. Whoops. And then there's two A's. So you gotta, whoops, make sure that your A gets to the appropriate A. Here's the other A, the big spot A. Here's your first P. Here is the T for mothers. I'm just really disappointed in this, but I'm just going to have to be happy with it. There's that. There's the S. Here it looks like the O is here. E. And the foil cardstock that I'm using, I really have enjoyed using that foil. M. Okay, here's the M. Apostrophe is over here because it's such a small piece. I kind of kept that like, oh, and I'm missing the Y and the H. Okay, I'm missing a few other things. Here's the other one. The H, and I'm missing one more Y. I know I had it jumbled up. I got all these little pieces. Oh no, Lord. Perfectly. But that's okay. Maybe struggle. Okay, y'all. I am now panicking. I'm in panic mode. I had every piece. I had them all laid out. Let maybe? Okay, I'm not gonna panic. I'm gonna keep looking for it. It's in here. It's somewhere. Oh, no, that's not it. Darn it. What? I'm just gonna affix what I can affix. I probably, if I can't find it, and I pretty sure I'm gonna find it. I'll just have to cut out another one. No big. Happens to the best of us. This is real, so I'm keeping it real as best I can. So I'm just gonna do this. This is a labor of love. So I'm just gonna treat it as such and keep pressing on. So yeah, okay, I'm just gonna keep going because I'm just like, really, Cricket, you just want to do that? You shouldn't be doing that. I had a new mat. I always say that every time. I got a new blade. Wiped my blade off. But I've come to the realization that it doesn't play nice with some uh, cardstock. I don't know. Well, 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 that just popped up and now that's crooked looking. Okay, let me fix that. Okay, there we go. Something looks crooked. There we go. I really love this gold foiled paper from Scrapbook. It just brought the project up to another level. And I really enjoyed working with it. Right. Curses. We will find you. Like I said, I have another set of letters, so it might have just gotten mixed in with the other set. Because, like I said, I have two of these I cut out, and I have three moms I'm giving them to. So I've got to get this done because Mother's Day is soon. So I will borrow from one to finish this project. And so yeah, last time I said when I did these little paper piecings, I didn't use my tray and I didn't have all my letters and all these little pieces in the tray. Well, this time I did, and I still end up losing one. Ay, ay, ay. So yeah, just take your time and affix these letters to the outline. That's so for foiled cardstock. You want to go ahead and get that glue, rub it off with the sham as soon as you see it, so it doesn't dry and leave a film. Oh, okay, Brenda, picking up the wrong letter. All right. So yeah, I keep my little sham close by, just so. It looks crooked. So the glue sets, you can wiggle it around a little and straighten it. Okay, you. Move you out the way. I won't get any more glue on any of those letters. I'm just taking my time. And the only other good thing, is not to have glue. Try to not have glue on your hands. So once this is done, I'll be able to do the rest of it. The hardest thing, it's not hard. It's just, just putting together the florals on the card. Um, and I could have just smacked myself because I had them all in order and I just untook them all out of order. Because the florals, they're different sizes. So I'm going to put finish laying that out on there. Yeah. The D. It's a really pretty card. I'm really loving it. My husband told me when I got the Cricket Willie said, Yeah, and you know you're not gonna buy another card after you start making cards, and I'm like, yeah. Now I have purchased a couple of greeting cards since I've gotten to Cricut, but it has been very few and far between these days because I can just make my own. Um, I think I remember I recall purchasing just one since I've gotten the Cricut, and that's only because I was out of town and didn't have time. And sometimes it's nice to purchase a card and didn't make one, but 9 times out of 10, the best joy is making and people receiving a gift such as so. And there's no better person in the world to make a gift for us than your mom. I'm gonna set this to the side and let that dry, and I will come back. I'll come back to this later. So we're gonna work on these flowers. Now, prior, I went ahead and did a few flowers. So I did a lot of them. Since again, like I said, I cut out two. So this is what the flowers look like for the inside of the card that goes here. And then there's a second one that goes here. I chose not to do any ink blending. I did do a little ink blending on the leaves, but I'm not going to do any ink blending on this. Um, just saying. So this is the base of the flower, and the base of the flower has these little ridges. Then there's three sizes to the petals. So there's the large, small, medium, and small, and they stack on top of each other, and they stack on top of each other, but they're staggered so that each layer has petals in between. So, and I did two left that I need to put together, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the big flower together too, and then that'll be done, and I don't have to worry about the flowers. So I'm going to do all the flowers together. Yes. So that's one. That's the other. So what I'm going to do now, you can do it two ways. I've done it both ways. I've affixed all of the petals together and then attached it to the base. So I'll do that first, and then you can see that method. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever you feel. I'm going to turn the petal over and put some glue. Now, there's a little like hole in this, so I guess so you can help line it up a little and make sure it's centered. But the idea and the aim is to get the petals in between each other. So at this point, I tend to use a little more glue so that I can turn that and get that turned just so, like that. And you'll know when you've got it because it'll look right to your eye. It'll look right. No, that doesn't look right. It's hard to explain. You don't want the petals on top of each other. You want them in between each other. There we go. Now that looks right. And then I'll do the same with the last layer. And I do believe there are 5 of these. Yeah, and like I said, I use a little bit more glue. And then you want that petal to be in between the middle layer. And then that's what that looks like. And I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of the petal and on the tips of the leaves. And then pick up this bad boy. And then I'm just going to try to eyeball it and get one of those petals to line up to the bumps. And if you put enough glue, you can kind of turn the flower, whoops, on the base till you see it lock into place, kind of sort of like a key. You'll know when it fits over because you won't really see the green bumps anymore or the outline of the petals. That's that. And then there's a decorative piece you can add. I pick up the stick. Don't see that Y. I'm still looking. I'm going to put a dot of glue in the middle of the flower and just drop it in place and move it off to the side. And then I'll do the next one. So the next one I'm going to do, and I can't remember which way Louise did it when I watched her video, so it doesn't really, either one will. But this is, option 2. There's, like I said, there's no right or wrong reason, just as long as you get it on there and it doesn't look weird and all of that. So I'm going to line up the outline. I'm aiming for that guy right there. So I'm shooting for this guy right here. And so it's all nice and aligned. Boom. And then there's the middle piece. I really like the flowers. And then the idea is to, when you lay it down in the center, just kind of rotate it a little till it looks right. It doesn't look right. So I would just personally just shift it over. Sometimes you can get it spot on, and then sometimes like this, it takes a little bit. Now see it just locked into place. And then I'll put the last petal. And then I have a bunch of, looks like daisies to me. So I'm assuming that's what they're supposed to be. And because these flowers are so dang on T90, you don't need a lot of inking. But this project costs, I saw, it's like, oh, I could put some ink here and here. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to do that today. All right, so I've got all of my flowers ready. And then for the big flower, let's get that together. I think I've missed that one too. So let me pause and find out what the heck. Okay, I'm back. And guess what I found when I went to go find it? Because there's supposed to be 3 petals. And I lost the petal again. I can't believe it. I had the 3rd petal here and now it's gone because I was so excited on finding the Y that I lost my other petal again. Oh my God. All right, let's put this down. I had all 3 petals lined up. All right. So you know how sometimes you think the universe is working against you today? The universe is working against me today, but I am not going to receive that, universe. Do you hear me? We're going to make this work. And I was right. So the other project that I have, the same one, it's just different. I'm using different colors. I did have the extra white with that one. So that's how I found the Y. But then finding the Y, I lost the petal again. All right, so now I can put that back to the side and mm. So it was hiding in the sham. Never gonna finish this. Okay. Hopefully this is the last of the calamities. We'll call this the calamity flower. Okay. So in the video, Louise used some method with using the scoring stylus and rub the flower. I've never done that. So but this is how I'm going to make my flower have a little bit of more life. And I'm going to use the Leo method. So I'm going to show you one that's I've already put together. I'm going to use the Leo method. So there's a small, medium, and large, and you can tell the difference because when you stack them together, they don't exactly line up. Okay. So I'm just going to take this small, and I'm just going to use my wooden dowel, and I'm going to curl them to me. So I'm going to curl up the flowers, the petals of the flower to me. Now, since this is a small one, I can do more than one petal. And a personal preference, you can take them and roll them and get the tips curled in more if you like. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take it between my forefinger and the dowel and just roll it towards me. And when think I have a sufficient enough curl, I'm just going to cup it and push it in. Just cup it and bring it in like so. And then I'm going to do that for all of them. And then just be very gentle. And as I said many times, my first time doing it, I was a little bit more aggressive and actually uh, took off a petal or two. So it is very much a finessing. Yeah, this is pretty, so I can kind of roll two at the same time. So it's just a finessing project, just really being really finessing. Either method works. I'm not familiar with that method. So that method I didn't use, but I'm very much familiar with doing this method. And it achieves the same look. And then you can flatten it out and then I'll do the last one. And the and then there's like a center petal, like a piece that covers up the whole. So that looks pretty good. And yeah, so I would recommend so what I did do, I went ahead and did all of the flowers first because like I said, I had two cards. So I went ahead and did most of those flowers because it's, just matching up all the pieces and making sure I get the large, medium, and small groups of the threes. So I'm going to turn this guy over, put some glue here. Not too much, but enough where if I have to do the whole slip and slide method, I have enough to slide that over. Or you can really see that it's not quite right. Like this side doesn't look quite right. Just slide that over ever so slightly. You keep playing with it again until it pops into place. As long as the glue hasn't set, you can slip that around. And now it looks good. Oop, no, it doesn't. I misspoke. Slid around. Now I'm being real particular because this will be on the front of the card. So I really want it to look nice. So let me pick it back up before the glue sets. Getting ready to set. Yeah, I'm being a fuss bucket. Because again, like I said, it's in the front of the card. So you really want that flower to be nice and looks good. It looks as real as possible. I'm really playing with it. Okay, satisfied. Then do the other side. I'm sorry, the other side, the other layer, the top layer, the topmost layer. Like so. And that just goes in a little bit easier. And then I had the piece. Yep. Cover that up. And this glittered cardstock is from Scrapbook. Now, I'm definitely going to be purchasing more glitter cardstock because I loved the glitter. I don't know what they did, but it's beautiful. It's light and delicate. It doesn't bumpy and rough. It's just glisten. Okay, so that's pretty much all the assembly, getting all the up, whoop, whoop. Sorry, one more for the leaves. She took a stylus. This is a stylus from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna use that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put a line down the like a vein down the leaf, and then I'm going to take the dowel and just curl the tips of this, curl it in a little. That's what that looks like. I'm do the same thing. I'm taking the pointy, the one of the so it's got two sides. That like that. Yes. I'll just do a slight curl to the tips of the leaves. Just roll it on my forefinger and the dowel and just roll it towards. There we go. Okay, perfect. Fine. Now I am ready to put the card together. So I already pre-folded my card base. Let's just do that. There is an envelope. I did not do the envelope. But there is an envelope. These are the here. There's a blemish on this one. Let me see if I can put it. Yeah, put it down towards the bottom so it'll be covered. Don't know what that blemish is. So yeah. So I'm going to glue those down, and I'm going to try to get an even border all the way around. But do the best you can. Hit those corners with a dot. I want those to stay down. That looks pretty good to the eye. Turn it over to the other side. Well, move you guys out the way. Yeah. So giving these to my mom and my mom and my mom. To all the moms in my life. Here you go. And like I said, try to get an even border all the way around. Oh, that doesn't look even. That before it sets. Move it over ever so slightly. Okay, there we go. It's pretty. That's set. Now we can adhere this. So we're going to adhere it to the bottom. So what I'm looking for, what I'm hoping for, since I laid it flat, I think I got it right. Yes. Okay, there we go. This looks weird. I want to get it the bottom affixed. Sorry. Had it towards me. So I'm looking to make sure that I have it, that the fold is not being hampered, that I have it folded correctly. So I'm just dry fitting it a couple of times. You want it to, yep, you want that to be right in there. Sure that it looks good. So I'm going to do one side. So I'm going to do the bottom. Still looks weird. Should be a natural fold there. Okay. There we go. Still looks weird. I'm just playing with it because something looks weird to me. I think I got an extra crease where I don't need it to be. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's an extra fold somewhere that doesn't need to be there. So it's just this one. Yeah, there we go. It's just this one. And then it's just this one. Okay, there it is. That shouldn't be there. All right, so I'm going to make sure, and again, I'm testing this because you want to test it and make sure you have it right. So I'm just making sure. Let me flip you over. Put glue here. Put it in place. And I'm going to make sure I got it in place like that. And then I'm going to turn this over. Then I'm going to glue this. Then I'm going to turn. Whoop, I don't think I got enough glue on that. Looks a little thin to me. And I'm going to turn and close it. Press down. So you're just playing with it. You want to make sure your pop-up's going to pop up. And that looks weird. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I know what the problem is, but I'm going to keep pushing on. And then I'm going to affix this here. I see what the problem is. And I'm sure you can see it too. But I'm going to put that on there. This fold is somehow off-centered. Don't know how it got off-centered. But you know what? It's still a card. And like I said, the beauty of handmade stuff is things are not always straight. There you go. Now I can do the sentiment. So the sentiment goes here. I'm going to take the back of the white sentiment. And then I'll lay down the flowers. I don't know how it got crooked. No pop dotting, as you can see. No pop dots, no nothing like that. It's just straightforward. And you know what? Moms are so loving and forgiving. They love anything that you do for them. They're so sweet. Okay, that's that one. And then now you can be mindful of how you place these, because if you put them up like that, they're not going to get into envelope. So you just have to be mindful of how you place them. And I'm just laying them out. Just on the bias like that. Okay. And then there's two that go down on top of, or however you want to place them. It's your call. And then we're almost done with this card. I am so loving this card. Except when I lose the pieces. As Rita would say, you'll do better. That's up. Oh, okay. Wanted that third one over a little, but I'm just going to leave it there. So I'll just play. And what makes this unique, remember, be mindful of the bottom. I'll move that one in because I've got two to place. I'm not sure why I've got two. I might just leave that other one off. I think I'll just leave it off personally. let's get the front. Now, the lace. Before I get the front, this is the last thing I've got to get sorted. Um, is where you want to put it. So you figure out how much of this lace you want showing. And then do like a rough. Yeah, I want that much. Do like a rough bend. Now, she used her scoreboard to score it, but I've got my bone folder, so I'm just going to use my bone folder and really, really give it a good press. And this is where you can decide how much or how little of this lace you want showing in front. And when I cut this out, be mindful that you do want to use intricate cuts for the setting. So I'm really, really, really pressing hard and trying to get a good crease with my bone folder. So I will go one way and then I'm going to crease it the other way so I can get a good crease. And then I'll hear this. So yeah, so this will be, the flower will be the last that I'm going to adhere, but I wanted to get that laid out. So what that looks like. So now I'm going to do this part that matches the first. Now you can do some more and what I think I'm going to do to kind of make it my own is I've got some embellishments that look like dewdrops. So I'm going to be adding some dewdrops. And I'm not worried about adding the dewdrops because these will be hand delivered. So they don't have to go through the mail. So I'm going to add a little bit extra. I'm going to do extra, as they say at work. And that goes right here. And this Mother's Day card will be done. This is probably, now, you don't have to use this for Mother's Day. This could be a beautiful thank you card. This could be, this could be a birthday card, a sympathy card, or um, you don't have to use it for Mother's Day. Now, this part, of course, you can't use, but just the other elements. And if you can do the fold, if you can find it in another like father, any kind of, if you can do the cutout, which was what I was thinking. I was like, I need to look and see if I can do that cutout part because it would be very, very nice. So I'm going to put glue on the edges of this as
outside
I
of
was
all these
saying,
little lacy things.
I just had to fix my glue. So I'm going to put glue on all of these outcroppings. And I just saw something I need to clean up. Just so they won't get caught in the envelope. And you don't have to get glue on everything. Just make sure you get the big stuff, some big stuff covered. So I'm going to flip that over. Bring that up. Glue on my hands, I can feel it. Thank God this glue dries clear. Okay, so yeah, I did more of the lace from the other one, and I'll show you the comparisons when I'm done. So I'm just wiping up some glue because I think I had some glue on my hands. Thank God it dries clear. Okay, yeah, perfect. All right, and then the last thing to do is nope, that goes over there. Here we go. I got a flower right here. Is to place our flower. And again, be mindful that you've got to get this in the envelope. So you don't want the leaves to be sticking out too far where you can't get it into an envelope. And that's kind of the idea. Still think this is the most darling card. And if I can figure out how to do like the other pop outs, which I'm sure there's a video somewhere, I'll figure it out. I can use it for something else, not just Mother's Day. And then I'm just going to put glue right on the stem, not on the leaves, just on that stem. And just tuck it in the flower like that. And then we are done with this card, and I will show you the other one so you can see the difference. Oh, as a matter of fact, I kind of like this is a happy accident. Let me show you. I kind of like to have that little card in the that little flower on the side. I think that's darling. So I think that's what I'm going to do because I didn't like it on the inside. So we'll just mirror that. I think that's darling right there. The happy accident. So yeah, you can see I have more lace showing on this card than on this card. And then that's how if you were giving this card to the same person in the family, you can kind of make it more individualized because you have different color patterns, different color palettes, and then you can kind of show more or less lace. So that just depends. I how you like it. So here's that one, and then here's this one. I don't know. I think um yeah. So yeah, there you go. If you like what you've seen today, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell when I upload new videos. I'm trying to do that all the time to help my channel grow. And I will see you guys on the other side. See you next time and enjoy. Happy Mother's Day.